Hi, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sahit. I lead the AI product strategy for Ingram Micro, and I also work very closely with my friends here from Gigabyte and Intel. So there's Shuli and Aarti here today. Shuli, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Sure. It's a pleasure to be here. It's in the region where the business is really booming. So my name is Shirley Wong. I'm responsible for the regional sales at Gigabyte Enterprise Solutions. So I take care of Middle East, Turkey, and Africa. Off to you, Auntie.
Yeah, thanks for having us. It's great to be here. So my name is Aarti Ajay. I work as a business school sales manager with Intel. So I work with our partners to be able to grow our solution business across edge, networking, data center, AI.
That's amazing. So AI, probably the most dynamic industry sector right now,
Indeed.
right? Multiple announcements. I also saw last week that Intel made a big announcement with
Yeah.
their Xeon generation of CPUs.
Yep.
Could you tell us something more about what Xeon is and what the new generation is compared to the previous generation?
Yeah, sure. So as you may know, we've been manufacturing and designing CPUs for the longest time. So Xeon product line is from our data center side of our business. It's the largest compute CPU that we have. So just around end of September, we launched the Xeon 6 P-Core family. So Xeon 6 is the product branding for the sixth generation of our Xeon scalable CPUs. It comes with two microarchitectures, the efficient core and the performance core. As the efficient core was launched in June at Computex, which is pretty much what is of a high compute density, CPU family. It scales more. It can go up to 280 cores. Definitely higher memory bandwidth and everything. It is typically for our cloud-based workloads or relational databases, big data analytics kind of use cases. The reason when we launched is the P core, the performance core. It's got high performance. That's how it's been optimized for. Pretty much positioned for AI HPC kind of workloads. It is scalable. It can go up to 128 cores. Obviously, when you compare from a gen over gen with respect to the last generation, almost two times performance, higher bandwidth, in terms of memory bandwidth, more network bandwidth. Obviously, it has a lot of hardware acceleration capabilities. So when you look at AI, we talk about vector extensions and AMX acceleration. So that helps with inferencing capabilities to be enhanced, which is a pretty great capability for the customers to leverage when they are building up AI use cases, Gen AI, running language models and everything. We're all excited, and we all are also positioning it with our accelerator, which we will talk, I'm sure, about it. So yeah, I mean, Shirley, I'm sure you want to add more on it.
Oh yeah, definitely have a question. So recently we have been approached by a customer in Saudi Arabia who has a massive ORAN project to be deployed in Saudi Arabia and also overseas. So then I came across this white paper of Xeon 6. And I noticed something very significant is that with Xeon 6, because of all the new hardware accelerator features, now for the next generation, customers, they don't need to use ORAN accelerator cards as an add-on device anymore, which
Oh, wow.
is cost safe, right?
Yeah.
Which is a cost safe feature for
Yep.
customers. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so as I was saying, every gen over gen, we're trying to bring in more capabilities to the CPU. So that will definitely reduce the TCO because you tend to have accelerator add-ins when you're not able to put that capability into your silicon on a CPU level. So with respect to all the different accelerators that enhance the inference capabilities, even the media processing, the network processing, we're able to bring it down to silicon level, and that's when you just have to purchase a CPU and not invest in the different accelerations.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Yeah, so getting more bang for the buck.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Gaudi 3. This is the new hot topic, I think, coming
Yeah.
in from Intel. And how does Gaudi 3 now
Yeah.
replace or further enhance what was earlier called Gaudi 2
Yep.
and so on, if you could
Yeah,
tell us.
sure. So I think at Intel we're trying to give the power of choice to our customers. So when we see around, we see enterprises struggling with not having enough choice to go with GPUs, right? They tend to get locked into proprietary ecosystems. There are scalability challenges, availability challenges. So I think all of these are what we're trying to address through a Gaudi 3. It helps you with all of these. Obviously, performance, because as compared to its previous Gaudi 2, we're looking at around twice the compute capabilities, high memory bandwidth, which is very key for Gen AI, LLM, performances. Obviously, power is also, just another, a great factor for Gaudi 3 compared to Gaudi 2. Now, Gaudi 2 ML performance benchmarks are all out in the market, where we have pretty much very explicitly outweighs our competition in terms of performance. I don't want to get into the details because you have to get into the nitty gritties. But definitely Gaudi 2 already outperformed many of the competition. So Gaudi 3 is definitely a better product than a Gaudi 2. So that shows how superior the product is going to be. And obviously, tying that with our Xeon capabilities are, just going to be amazing. Also, I want to touch upon the software capabilities. So it comes with a software suite of tools and libraries which the developer community can use. So there's going to be an ease of migration, if they have to do a migration from a different ecosystem to ours. It is highly integrated with the PyTorch framework, which is pretty much, the common framework where hundreds of LLMs and different models are being built today. So that seamless integration will help developers to be able to scale as well. Now we can scale it up from from one node to 1,024 nodes. That is also possible. It comes from different form factors depending on what the use cases are going to be. So it is a beast, if you ask us, and definitely a Xeon 6 Gaudi 3 is going to be a great deadly combination.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah.
Talking about combinations, Gigabyte and Intel, close alliance partners. How do you guys see this market, and what do you think is the potential, and what is your approach to this whole region? We're seeing heavy investments being done in AI.
Yeah.
Shuli, what do you think?
Well, so now what we see now as a hardware manufacturer is that so AI trend has been going on since a while, and the size of AI models will just continue to increase. Okay, but at the same time, companies that they have to bring inference to the edge. They have to bring inferencing into real life use cases, and our customers have been constantly looking for the best ratio between price and performance when it comes to inferencing. Because as a matter of fact, some customers that have been using super powerful GPU, and yet they couldn't really tap into 100% of the performance for the value they paid for. So a lot of time you see GPU server performance idling by up to 50%. Okay, and then they are not even aware of it. And this is where I find the Intel Gaudi 3 offering. This is where I find the beauty of it, because Intel, they step in to approach each project in a consulting manner. And then working with Intel, Gigabyte as a manufacturer, because we have GPU server manufacturing experience since 2015, 2014, and we have over 70, 80 GPU server models in the portfolio. By the way, it's the biggest in the world, all of them certified by Intel and also other vendors. And then because of this experience, we can tell you that with Intel's consulting way, how to approach each project, we can optimize performance, configuration, for the value that customers pay for. So that's where I find the beauty in this partnership. And also, just now we talk about Xeon 6. It's important to mention too that all the Xeon 6 CPU models, they will have heightened TDP ratings, right?
Yeah.
So we are talking about 400 watts, 300 watt, 400 watt, even up to 500 watts. Mm-hmm. And a lot of customers are also wondering if they have to absolutely adapt direct liquid cooling on CPU computing. And the answer is not necessarily, because we have over 500 server models in the Gigabyte portfolio. So we have designed all the server models per use case, adapting to different CPU configurations. So therefore, what I'm trying to say is that we can cool the hottest CPU models from Intel, even just using air cooling. Okay, wow. Even for high density models, 3U, 4 nodes, up to 8 sockets per system, and then you multiply 8 sockets by 192 cores, and that gives you a monstrous piece of machine for HPC and AI. So and together with Ingram has a very large network of qualified resellers, and a lot of them need to and also want to be technically enabled. And then this is where Intel can step in together with Gigabyte. Intel can enable Ingram resellers with knowledge in HPC and AI. Gigabyte, we can enable the resellers on the hardware design, architecture, and selection of components. So that's where I find the best synergy between the three companies.
Yeah, that's amazing. And yeah, Ingram has a huge portfolio of partners that we work with, and you've shared a lot of information today. How do I tell my partners where to reach you guys to learn more? What are you guys available online? Where can they reach you?
Yeah, of course. So RT and I were been talking about hosting technical enablement webinars together with you guys, together with Ingram. So what we're gonna do is after JTAX, we're gonna have a series of webinars planned out for November, maybe December, January, following more models to be released for the P series out of the Xeon 6 family. Because there's so many features. So like what RT said just now, all the accelerator features, they need to be properly evangelized, properly explained. And like what I said just now, the embedded ORAN computing feature, a lot of customers don't know yet about it, and then a lot of them are still buying add-on cards in addition to the CPU, which is no longer actually, which is waste of money.
Yeah.
So we will do this channel enablement action with Ingram, and Ingram will support us with after sales service and also project qualification once the whole network, the whole Ingram team is enabled by Intel and Gigabyte together. So maybe RT have some comments.
Yeah, no, sure. I mean, Intel has always been reliant on our very diverse partner ecosystem, and Gigabyte is definitely one of our very strong suits when it comes to ODM capabilities. Just wanted to reiterate on the consultative approach, right? Because AI is just a heavy umbrella term, which means different things to different people. There's still people who don't know how to go about it. So, we always try to look at it from a use case driven perspective. We try to understand what the problem the customer is trying to solve, and then we go back from there, right? So that's, I think, the best approach to go about it. And, to answer your question, you can always reach out to me. I'm there on LinkedIn, and, there's so many industry events, and definitely we're looking forward to the multiple webinars and channel events that we're going to, plan with you and execute. So,
Absolutely. Thanks both of you, and thanks to our listeners. Please feel free to reach out to either of us to learn more about the products that we sell, and stay tuned for more updates from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sai. Thank you, RT.
Thank you very much. Yes,